Hey there guys, welcome. Thank you for joining me as we talk about some movie news here on the channel. So we're going to be talking about Godzilla X Kong and where it is in its box office total. And also we're going to be looking at other films and how they're failing or succeeding in their box office as well. So it's going to be kind of a box office roundup, if you like. We're going to be jumping into all the financials and seeing what's going on at the recent box office, as I say. So this article comes to us from Comic Flick News. Godzilla X Kong reigns supreme at box office while the First Omen struggles. Yeah, that really sucks to hear that, because I went and saw the First Omen the other day. I really enjoyed it. That movie's incredible. Some of the iconography and some of the imagery in that movie is like really disturbing. If you haven't seen the First Omen, just as a tangent, go and check it out. It's a little bit disturbing, but it's really fun. If you like the other Omen movies, and if you like that kind of religious good versus evil kind of movie, then it's really good. I really do recommend checking it out. But let's go down, let's have a read, and let's check out what's going on with the box office figures. So in its second weekend, the Monsterverse epic Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire remains a formidable force. That's fantastic news to hear as a kaiju fan. Securing the top spot at the box office despite a 60% drop from its opening weekend. That's not too bad. Anywhere from like a 50 to 60 is like so-so. When it gets to 65 to 70% drop, that's real bad territory. Anything above 65, I would say, is awful. But 60 is not as bad as it could have been. So 60 is kind of so-so, I would say. 60% drop from its opening weekend. The film raked in $31.7 million, maintaining a comfortable lead over its competitors. So, debuting at number 2 is Monkey Man, featuring Dev Patel in both starring and directorial roles. The action-packed film earned $10.1 million in its opening weekend. Initially slated for a streaming release on Netflix, the movie was salvaged by Jordan Peele's intervention, who recognised its potential for cinematic greatness. Peele's support propelled Monkey Man to the big screen, where it now sits above Ghostbusters Frozen Empire at number 3 with a $9 million haul. Yeah, I've been hearing good things about Monkey Man. It's very much similar to like a John Wick type of movie. Someone's on kind of like a revenge kind of spree, and there's lots of great kind of intense fight scenes, very much like John Wick. And I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'll probably see it in the next few days, but I've been hearing good things about it. So the highly anticipated horror prequel, The First Omen, failed to meet expectations in its debut weekend, opening to under $8.4 million. The film fell significantly short of its initial projections, which hovered around $15 million. Wow, that's really bad. So it literally only just achieved over half of its projection. That's really bad to hear. Despite the resurgence of successful horror franchises in recent years, it appears The First Omen may not achieve the same level of commercial success. I think that's because, over the past few years, we've had countless of these kind of possession movies that have come out and just been like so-so and just kind of, paint by numbers. Someone's possessed. We had The Exorcist Believer, that failed really bad. We had that, I forgot what it's called. I can't remember what it's called now. But we had this kind of like, we've had The Nun, that was okay. The Nun 2, that was okay. We had a few other movies with this kind of same kind of movie tone, and they always come out and they're always paint by numbers. After a week, you forget about it. And I think a lot of people are just like, oh, it's another one of these kind of good versus evil kind of religious zealot kind of movies. And, we've had loads of them, and they're kind of all just not that good. And it's a shame, because this movie's really good, and I think it's going to fly under the radar for a lot of people, which is a shame. But guys, check it out if you haven't seen it. I think it's good. So we have an image here. I love this image. This image is like in a scene in the movie. And just see this face here. You got the candles representing the mouth and the eyes of, the monster. And yeah, it looks so good. The iconography here is great. So with production costs reaching $30 million, not including marketing expenses, the film faces an uphill battle to recoup its investment. While horror fans eagerly await its release, it seems The First Omen may struggle to make significant impact at the box office. Well, it's already been released now anyway. But yeah, so that's really not good. Like it says up here, the projections were around 15 million and it only made 8.4. So yeah, it's really not looking good for this movie. Hopefully word of mouth can spread, and I hope that more people go to see it. But I don't think it's one of those movies you could have repeat viewings in, because the imagery is quite intense, and I'm not sure that a lot of people would want to go back and see it for a second time. So we have the top 10 list of the weekend here. So let's have a quick look at this list. this was the recent weekend that's just passed, and different movies making different amounts of money. So obviously in the number one spot, Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire at 31.7 million. Great to see our Big G at the top of the pile, so it's good to see him there. Monkey Man second at 10.1 million. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire came in third at 9 million. The First Omen, 8.36 million. Kung Fu Panda, 7.8 million. Dune Part 2, 7.2. Someone Like You at 3 million. Arthur the King in 8th spot at 1.5 million. Immaculate at 1.4 million. And Late Night with the Devil at 1.1 million. I still need to see that. They're only doing one showing of Late Night with the Devil. It's on a weekday and it's like at 9:30 at night. They're not showing it at any other time, and it's very frustrating because I don't want to go to the theatre at 9 o'clock at night. Like, I don't, you know, I'm an old man. I like to relax at home at that time of the night. But, yeah, I don't know why they're not showing it at any other time of the day. It's rather annoying. Yeah, and we got this little cartoon drawing here of Godzilla X Kong, which I thought was really, really fun. I really like this kind of artwork here, seeing this kind of stuff on Twitter. It's always fun when people do this kind of stuff. So, the success of Godzilla X Kong, the new Empire, bodes well for the future of the Monsterverse franchise, potentially paving the way for another thrilling installment. Godzilla Minus One, if I can pronounce correctly. I think it went a long way to helping this movie's financials, because Godzilla Minus One came out and it won an Oscar. The praise, the hype, and all the success surrounding that movie went to bolster the name of Godzilla itself. So a lot of people now have come to check out this movie. Even though it's a different rendition, it's still the Godzilla character, and that Godzilla Minus One being so successful has only helped to increase the people's interest in this movie as well. So, yeah, I think Godzilla Minus One helped a lot. While details about the franchise's future remain unclear, director Adam Wingard has expressed his desire to helm a third film, hinting at a deeper exploration of Godzilla's character. We need Destroyer. So he's come out recently and talked about Destroyer, how the Destroyer movie was one of his favorite Godzilla movies. And, man, if they put Destroyer in this franchise, I would lose my shit. Even more than I did with the Godzilla X Kong movie. So, I definitely have some ideas of where they could go, Wingard revealed in an interview with IGN. In the way that Kong is treated in this movie, if the movie is successful, I think that the next movie will be a Godzilla version of what we did with this movie, kind of pushing deeper into his story. So, with anticipation building for the Monsterverse's next chapter, fans eagerly await further developments. Godzilla X Kong: The New Empire continues to captivate audiences in theaters, solidifying its position as a powerhouse within the franchise. And that comes from the numbers. If you ever want to look up any financials or box office results of any movies, go on Google, search up the numbers, and it gives you a breakdown of all the financials of different movies. It's a great way to find out information about financials when it comes to movies. So I just thought I'd let you guys know about that. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are. So our main man, the Big G, is at the top of the pile, with Monkey Man in second and Ghostbusters Frozen Empire in third. The First Omen didn't come out and succeed as well as it should have done with its projections, which is a shame, because as I said, I thought that movie was really, really great. Guys, I know I keep saying it, but definitely check it out if you like those kind of movies, but you need a strong stomach because there's a lot of disturbing imagery in that movie, I'll put it that way. But yeah, so that's kind of where we are. Godzilla X Kong is doing absolutely fantastic. I believe it's made about 350 million worldwide now, which is great. And let's hope that it goes on to be even more successful. I'm going to go back and see it again this week, probably. And that movie is so chill. I absolutely love it. But that's where we are in the breakdown of the box office, guys. So let me know what you think about this. Did any of these movies surprise you with where they landed it in the box office this weekend? Did you expect to see different movies in different positions as to what this top 10 list shows us here? And you know, just let me know what you think overall on this box office, guys. Let me know what you think about The First Omen. Did you enjoy that as well? And you know, where do you think Godzilla X Kong will end when its box office run is done? I project it's going to be around about the 600 million mark, 550, 600. I hope that's where it's going to land anyway. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching as always, and I will see you in the next one.